Shalom, shalom. First and foremost, I'd like to give all praises to Yahweh, Bashim Yahushai, Bahasham Kodash. Double honors to your apostles and elders of great millstone. Peace and salutation to you, Akim, or just pushing the truth in love and sincerity and charity with all humility. Okay, this is the brother Yashawan from the GMS Bahamas Camp Park with another brief lesson. Okay, the name of this lesson is entitled Don't Bald, Shape Up, Head, or Bed. Don't bald your head or skin your head, as we say over here. Don't shape up, okay? Don't shape up your hair, your head, or your bed, okay? Do not do it if you are an Israelite. Which the Israelite consists of you so-called Native American, Indians, Latinos, and Negroes, okay? Predominantly, all right? Because I have the scripture here, a few things written down, okay? Leviticus 19 and 27, right? Let's jump there real quick. This is Leviticus 19 and 27. Ye shall not round the corners of your heads, neither shall thou mar the corners of thy bed. Okay? Ye shall not round the corners of your heads, neither shall thou mar the corners of thy bed. So what that's speaking about? You shouldn't just shape up. Okay, you shouldn't go to the barber and say you want a haircut and you want the line in the beginning where your hair started. You want that to come, you want the hair to remove from there, okay, to get shape up, whether it be razor or whether it be with a machine, okay, the hair cutter or the hair clippers, okay. That's what I'm speaking about. You shouldn't get it to your face, okay, to your forehead, to the side, on your bed, on the side of your bed, okay, to your neck. You shouldn't put no lining around those areas, even to the back of your head. This is what the scripture is saying. All right? Okay? Now, this commandment is a part of the holiness code from Leviticus chapter 27 to chapter 26, okay, which contains laws meant to set Israel apart from neighboring pagan nations. This is why the Lord said in Deuteronomy 7 and 6, "For thou art an holy people unto me." The Lord chose you to be holy. Holy goes back to be separate. All right? Meaning you're different from them. You don't do what they do. Okay? You don't do what they do. Okay? You walk in all the ways of which Yahweh Bashim Yahushai have commanded you. Lest you walking with him. Okay? Meaning you don't keep his ways. You are not walking with the Lord. No matter how much you say you're righteous. Because you're not walking in his ways. Okay? Now, you get on IUIC and these other camps for lining up. But you have men in GMS as well. Do it on the slick. As if though you have not eyes to see. Okay? How the hell you could come to camp, line up, and then act as though you ain't line up. You understand? Now some brothers' beard, they may grow a certain way and stop right directly under the neck, and some brothers' beard does grow straight on the neck. Okay? Now because your beard, it don't stop right underneath your neck, but stop on your neck, okay, a little ways down, okay, you shouldn't shave that or skin that off. That's a part of you getting lined up. Okay? So you don't need to be a brother who come to camp or who in this truth go to the barber and tell the barber, do you want it just to etch it a little bit, but not too visible. All right, you do that, and you know you do it within yourself, within your heart. You're displaying wickedness unto Yahweh Hashem Yahushai. All right, now Leviticus chapter 17 to chapter 26. I'm just gonna go through it briefly. Okay, that's to show you something. All right, Leviticus 17 and 1. And Yahweh spake unto Moses, saying, speak unto Aaron and his sons and unto all the children of Israel, and say unto them, this is the thing which Yahweh commanded, saying. For chapter 18. And Yahweh spake unto Moses, saying, speak unto the children of Israel, and say unto them, I am Yahweh your power. After the doings of the land of Egypt wherein ye dwelt, ye shall not do. Because when you check it out, just lining up, okay, lining up your head and balling your head, that goes back to Egypt. Because we was in Egypt for 400 years. Okay, so when we living in that land, we become accustomed to that land. We see what they do and we do what they want to do. We do what they do. Okay. All right. Putting wigs and things in your hair. All right. Putting on nails. All right. All of this stuff. Okay. It say, after the doings of the land of Egypt, wherein ye dwelt, ye shall not do. And after the doings of the land of Canaan, where I bring you, ye shall not do, neither shall ye walk in their ordinances. Scripture also tell you, learn not the way of the heathen, because this is a heathen custom. Okay, I just can read those two, and you can go ahead for yourself and check out chapter 19 and 1 and 2, chapter 20, straight on down to chapter 27, chapter 26, okay, 1 and 2. Or chapter 27, 1 and 2, all right? So now, heathen nations wore specific hairstyles and beard shaving customs associated with idol worship unto their powers, unto their gods, which are no gods, because an idol is nothing. Okay, so when you shaping your head, you honoring an idol. When you balling your head, you honoring an idol. That's a heathen custom. Okay? That's all you need to know. When you shape up your head, when you shape up your beard, when you ball your head, alright, that is associated with idol worship unto a heathen god. You see? Our power is the reason why he tells us not to do these things. Because the people living in the land, they did that to honor their gods. And the Lord said what in Exodus 20? Have no other gods before me. Alright. Let's jump to 1 Corinthians chapter 8. Okay. So you got to take this thing serious. Okay. You can't think that you could go to the barber and get your hair etching as if though nobody can see it, and go and get your beard cut down like basically skin and nobody see it. All right. The Lord, okay, will have men set up to point these things out. All right. Learn not the ways of the heathens, because that's a heathen custom. This is 1 Corinthians chapter 8 and 1. Read on down to verse 4. Now, as touching things offered unto idols, we know that we all have knowledge puffed up, but charity edifieth, love edifieth. And what is the love of the Most High? That we should keep His commandments. And if any man think that he knoweth anything, he knoweth not nothing, yet as he ought to know. But if any man love the Most High, the same is known of him. So if you love him, then you would keep his commandments, as John 14 and 15 stated. Okay? And what is the law? All right? You should not round the corners of your head, neither mar the corners of your beds. Okay? Verse 4, as concerning, therefore, the eating of those things that are offered in sacrifice unto idols. This is the point. We know that an idol is nothing in the world, and that there is none other power but one. There is no God but one. All the gods of the nation are idols. Okay, they are nothing before Yahweh Hashem Yahushai. Okay? So like I said a little earlier, Eden's nation wore specific hairstyles and bad shaving customs associated with idol worship unto their gods, which are no gods, because an idol is nothing. All right, so by avoiding these practices, us Israelites were to remain distinct in our worship of Yahweh Hashem Yahushai, okay, which is keeping his commandments, to be obedient, okay? Not like in trying to do what you want to do and still talking fool, but you honoring the Lord. You're not honoring the Lord, you honoring that idol. Anytime you put like in razor the shape up and the shave and the ball your head, skin your head, you honoring an idol, not the Lord. Okay? Alright, so we are a holy people, separate, and have our ways of living unto our power, which giveth us his ways, that we may walk with him, which is keeping his commandments, which are not grievous. All right? Well, let's get it. Because somebody may see this. Okay? And just to find out what is the love of the Most High for the first time. For John 5 and 3. For this is the love of the Most High, that we keep his commandments, and his commandments are not grievous. Right? They are not burdensome. It ain't hard to keep his commandments. It ain't hard. Okay? So let's go back to Leviticus 21. All right. We go to 21 and 45 this time. Okay. They say, they shall not make baldness upon their head, because I mentioned baldness earlier. Neither shall they shave off the corner of their beds, nor make any cutting in their flesh. All right. And that right there is associated, as I have written down here. Right? Well, let me read Deuteronomy 14 and 1 first, and then I can make that point. Okay, as I have written down there. All right? He said, ye are the children of Yahweh, your power. Where you see Lord in all caps, that's the name of our Father. His name is Yahweh. Ye shall not cut yourselves, getting tattoos and all that, nor make any baldness between your eyes for the dead. All right? So these are scriptures that also shows that these are heathen traits, heathen ways, superstitious or idolatrous beliefs. So you cutting yourself in honoring for the dead. Heathen, idolers, honoring the dead. We see Jake doing that all the time. Okay, they put tattoos on them. Even put their loved one on their hands, their bodies, their skin, wherever. And say they are remembrance their brothers, their sisters, their loved ones, or whatever have you. And then you see them just put tattoo on them all over, like it's just some flicking beauty. Okay? But the water for brothers that repented out of that state. Okay? Alright, so having a beard and not being shaped up or wronging your head, right? It's supposed to be head, I put heart, right? Or wronging your head, or marring your bed symbolize, okay, symbolize dignity, maturity, and dignity. And Yahweh Bashem Yahushai intended design for the Israelite man. Okay, so let me read that again. See, having a bed and not being shaped up, or wronging your head, or marring your bed symbolize maturity, dignity. And Yahweh Bashem Yahushai intended the design for the Israelite men. Okay, so that we would look like him and walk in his ways, because he's our power. And he is the true power. Okay, the king of the universe. The king of terrors. Okay? And his son, Yahweh Shai, look just like him. Okay? Alright? So altering them in the prescribed ways of being seen as rejecting his order, which is his commandments. Meaning, if you go ahead and you shape up, or continue to be shaping up yourself, balling your head, alright, shaving your beds, getting shape up all around in the back to the front, putting tattoos and all that, and doing a whole other slew of commandment breaking, okay, then you rejecting his ways. You're not walking with him. And for the men who know the truth and still doing these things, you're not walking in the ways of Yahweh Shem Yahushua. You're not, the Spirit of the Lord isn't dealing with you. You aren't walking in the ways of Yahweh Shem Yahushua. You aren't walking with him as in the time of Noah. See, the scripture tell you Noah walked with the Lord, right? Okay? Hey, the water Yahweh Shem Yahushua. Okay? I mean the ark. I want had a conversation on that today. Okay? So, hey, our people, they don't know why, but this is right there. This is to uplift, okay, the men who's a part of this thing, okay, that doing it on the slick, all right, that they need not to, all right, they need not to, and especially if a brother doesn't tell you about it, okay, the scripture tell you about it, to him that do it, to him that know it and do it, to him is a sin. Okay? To him that know it and do it not, to him is a sin. To him that know it and do it, alright, it's a like roughly paraphrasing that precept. Okay, to him it is a sin. Because you know better, so you do better. Okay? So yeah, man, hey, I'd like to give all praise to Yahweh Bashem Yahushai. Lord, will this lesson was edifying. Shalom and the God be born.